everyone, or good morning if you're on the East Coast, which is about a little bit 5 minutes before midnight here in New York and all over the Eastern Seaboard. But if checking social media tonight and you're first finding out about what happened, yes, it is true. Arizona Senator John McCain has moved on. He has passed away at the age of 81. It's interesting. I went on live earlier tonight at my friend's house because as soon as it broke, I wanted to come on right on the air, and I wanted to do a video tomorrow. But I would have felt guilty not talking about Senator McCain to you guys because even though I'm still angry at him for not voting down Obamacare, and at least he did the right thing on voting no on the tax bill. I'll give him credit on that because here in New York, my friends and family are just annoyed that they can't deduct more than $10,000 off their deductions and their taxes. But look, the point here is that Senator McCain did live an interesting life. I will say that. He did in a way. I mean, think about it. First of all, the guy ran for president twice, 2000 and, of course, 2008. And he did get along with everybody in both parties. I will give credit to that. Sometimes it's fishy in politics, but, one thing's for sure about John McCain is that he did serve the people of Arizona for a long time. And like or dislike John McCain, we have to be bipartisan for him tonight because there are some nice people in his family. His wife, Cindy, I know she's mourning right now. I forget who the daughter is. I think she's on The View, if I'm correct. Right? Yeah, Megan. That's the daughter I'm thinking of. Megan. Yeah, she is on The View, like I remembered. So, yeah, it's just sad to wonder what the McCain family is dealing with tonight. If you don't remember John McCain's health situation, just to know about John McCain is that, what was I going to say? See, my dog is barking because he's hungry. I'm trying to keep my random thoughts here. Was that his wife was going to be the CEO of Budweiser. I'll talk to you about the McCains in depth if you really want to know about them. Think about it. John McCain almost ran Budweiser. That's just crazy to even think about. What almost could have been for John McCain. for looking at it from a funny perspective. Yeah, pretty much Megan, if I'm correct, not Megan, Cindy, right. Cindy's dad was CEO of Budweiser, right? So I'm trying to figure it out here. I'm trying to find that. It was an article. I don't remember it at the moment. Oh, I found an interesting photo online. There's a photo of John McCain's wife on Wikipedia, Cindy, shaking President Reagan's hand. That's something interesting. I'll show you guys on the screen right now if you want to see it, because it's a really interesting picture if you want to take a look at it here. Let's open up Google. Looking at an idea. So that is, of course, Cindy shaking Ronald's hand. We'll stop that for just a second. So I'm trying to figure out where it was because John McCain almost ran Budweiser. I mean, think about it. That is something interesting you have to consider here. Subsequent activities. I'm trying to figure out, but I can't see where it is. Right. All right, she became a chair of Hensley and Company, a large Anheuser-Busch distributor. Oh, so she still owns Budweiser. Interesting. The McCains also owned a stakehold in the Arizona Diamondbacks. All right, so I'm trying to figure out when John became senator, just to give you an idea of John McCain's life, if you're not really familiar with John McCain. So, pretty much, he was in the military. He did serve in Vietnam, if you want to consider where his uprising was from. He was actually married twice. His first wife was Carol Sheep, a political aide, if you want to think about it from that way. Let's figure it out here. Okay, so yes, he did serve in Vietnam. His years of service was between 1958 and 1981. He served in the Navy. He was a Silver Star winner, Bronze Star Medal, a Combat V, Purple Heart, Legion of Merit. Pretty interesting resume if you want to look at his military career. If you want to look back on it as a whole. Now, he did marry his wife, Cindy Hensley, in 1980. Now, Cindy McCain, of course. And yes, Wikipedia has updated it. It does say August 25th, 2018. So the sad reality was Senator McCain was only 4 more days shy of turning 82. That's even sad to even think about. Okay, so let's figure out when he did run. Right, so he became a congressman first in 1983, and then was elected to the Senate in 1986. Right. Wow. I gotta show you something interesting. It looks like John McCain almost looks like Steve Martin. I gotta show you guys this. This is amazing. I'll show you guys it right now, just to give you an idea. Pull up on the screen right now. So you're looking right now at Senator McCain in 1983. I just want to get you guys' opinion. Do you think he does look like Steve Martin? Because he does, in a way. He did. He did. All right. Oh, he originally was not in favor of naming a holiday for Martin Luther King Jr. That's something interesting. All right, there's a photo with oh, here's a photo of John McCain meeting with President Reagan. You know, it's not loading at the moment. I'll try to pull it up. Wikipedia is being a pain in the butt. I'm sorry. We literally have a senator who just passed on tonight, who served this country for many years, and Wikipedia is being a pain in the butt. All right, so here is a picture. Sometime around 1988, sometime around there, if I'm going to be correct about this, of President Reagan meeting with Senator McCain. So here is President Reagan shaking hands with Senator McCain, and there's First Lady Nancy. So, yeah. And then there's another picture of Bush 41 meeting with Senator McCain on your screen right now. So we'll keep it on the screen so you can know an idea of John McCain's life. If you really want to go into it further. So I'll show you what John McCain's campaign looked like in 2000. So he withdrew in March 9th of that year. So Colin Powell was actually thinking of running for president? Right, and there is John McCain with President Bush. Right. Now, right. Fifth Senate term. All right, so now I can report to you the time that he did pass away on the 26th. That's 4:28 Mountain Standard Time. So Senator McCain passed on at 8:28 Eastern. 8:28 Eastern. Okay. So I will confirm that to you. Now we'll talk about 2008 in just a sec, because I actually know someone a little bit personally who was involved in John McCain's presidential run in 2008. So I know them from Long Island Jewish. If you want to go in depth, I won't say who the employee is, or that's confidential. But trying to get you the U.S. presidential results from the 2008 election. 2008. Yeah. Okay. So I'll give you an idea. President Obama won with 365 votes, and Senator McCain won with 173 votes. Here you go, right here. So I'll get into Sarah Palin in just a second, because there was something about this run that his campaign was very wary about. So here's what happened. Here is what happened with regards to Sarah Palin. So what happened was, I'm trying to get you a name of people who the McCain people wanted. Let me get you an article. Okay, so here's who I'm trying to get you a name. Right, who was it? Trying to get you a name. Right, this guy. This is the guy they wanted. Eric Cantor, I think. Yeah, this is who they wanted. Originally, the McCain campaign wanted this guy to this is what the guy, the employee at Long Island Jewish told me. I have lunch with them every week. I won't say where he works for. I have lunch with them every week. And he mentioned to me one time about John McCain's run. So this was the guy originally who was supposed to run with John McCain. And originally, the McCain campaign thought, we actually have a shot to win this. We may be able to defeat Senator Obama. Unfortunately, history showed that when you have Sarah Palin and all the controversy that came with Sarah Palin, honestly, that ruined all the momentum for for the McCain campaign. So, pretty much, that's where it ends on that front. And all I'm going to say about him is that served our country, and we have to thank him for that. But there are going to be some people who will be angry about what he didn't do, and trying to see if any politicians have been tweeting, and I'll get you an idea, and then we'll wrap the stream up for tonight. I just want to quickly mention, I want to see if I can get this on Facebook. So we'll just turn it off for a second here. So we'll wrap it up in this video with pretty much people giving their condolences. So So wrap it up this video. There we go. So I just want to make sure that. See, this is what I'm annoyed about. I would have had to show you guys my Facebook information. I would have not been able to find this video later. Hang on a sec, everyone. There we go. All right, so let me just log in. I put her, and we'll show you all what people are saying about Senator McCain on Twitter. Hang on, my mom's going to put the air conditioner on in just a second because there's no AC. All right, so former President Obama issued a statement. I will read it to you right now, and I'll have to show on the screen. On a statement, President Obama's statement on passing of Senator John McCain. John McCain and I were members of different generations, came from completely different backgrounds, and competed at the highest level of politics, but we shared for all our differences a fidelity to something higher, the ideals for which generations of Americans and immigrants alike have fought, marched, and sacrificed. We saw our political battles even as a privilege, something noble, an opportunity to serve as storage for those high ideals at home and to advance them around the world. We saw this country as a place where anything is possible, and citizenship is our patriotic obligation to ensure it forever remains that way. Few of us have been tested the way John once was or required to show the courage that he did. But all of us can aspire to the courage to be put to the greater good above our own. It's John's best. He showed what it means, and for that we are all in his debt. Former First Lady Michelle and, of course, the president, the 44th president, send the most heartfelt condolences to Cindy and, of course, the rest of the John McCain family. So pretty much also Senator, Vice President Joe Biden issued a statement. Even Hillary Clinton issued a statement. I'm going to read it. Senator McCain lived a life of service to his country, from his heroism in the Navy to 35 years in Congress. He was a tough politician, a trusted colleague, and there will never be simply another one like him. My thoughts and prayers are with Cindy and their entire family. Okay, we have word now about details regarding Senator McCain's funeral. Okay, Senator McCain has requested that both former presidents George W. Bush and Barack Obama deliver eulogies at his funeral. Now we will read the official statement from Cindy McCain. The official statement was a tweet earlier tonight. Her heart is broken. I am so lucky to have lived the adventure of loving this incredible man for 38 years. He passed away that he lived in his own terms, surrounded by people he loved in the place he loved best. Now we will read Meghan McCain's statement. And then we're going to find out if the governor of Arizona has appointed a temporary senator. Because that's what we need to know right now. Who is going to be the temporary senator until there would possibly be a special election in Arizona? Okay. So Meghan did tweet, and I'm going to assume that most likely on Monday she will comment further on The View, or probably just take some time off and probably come back when the new season starts, if anything. Sadly, I'm going to read you the last tweet from John McCain's Twitter. I think that would be the best way to go into it. Just see if pull it up. All right, so John McCain's last tweet was sent out back on Tuesday the 21st about a warrant officer, a soldier who was killed in a helicopter crash in Iraq on his knife deployment. So I'm trying to get you any information from the governor of Arizona. because that would be the most important thing to do right now. Wow. Roberta McCain, John McCain's mother, is 106 years old. Oh, Tom Hanks, actor, tweeted, "Duty, honor, country. Our nation thanks you. There has been no finer son of America." Sullenberger. So everybody's been tweeting, of course. I'm not surprised. Okay, we have word from NBC News that the body of John McCain has been escorted to Phoenix. So again, we're trying to find out any information when the funeral will be, number one, and number two, again, the situation is, will the governor appoint a temporary senator? Because remember, we still do not know about that necessary vote for Brett Kavanaugh to be appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court. Let me play this for a sec.
Angry at him for not being loyal enough. And I think Democrats were very disappointed in McCain for being too loyal to the GOP. And I think he would have been...
we don't need to play this. Come on, really? I'm trying to get you more information. If NBC News... All right, Jeff Sessions has tweeted. Brian Williams has actually sent out his condolences. So I'll retweet that if you're interested. The former nightly news anchor for NBC. Okay. I'm trying to get you any information. Right. Bush 41 has issued a statement. Bush 43 has issued a statement. Okay, here's what President Trump said. "My deepest sympathies to the respect go out to the family of Senator John McCain." So that is, of course, very important to keep in mind because remember, we do not know what's going on here. And I want to get you information from the governor of Arizona because that's the next priority of what is there to come. Okay, so we are going to see if Doug Ducey, the governor of... Even on Twitter. This would be messed up if he's not on Twitter because he's a public official. He has to be on Twitter. There he is. Let's see if Doug Ducey... Okay. So he has issued a statement. All right, so right now, we do not know. In this statement, he doesn't mention anything about a replacement. Trying to get any information. All right.
And you can turn the fan off. I put the AC on.
All right. Mom, thank goodness you just walked in. I'm trying. There's some news about Senator McCain's funeral if you want to know. They have confirmed that both former presidents, Bush and Obama, Bush 43 and Obama 44, will be giving eulogies at the funeral.
Say that again.
The two previous presidents before Trump. I'm checking the Twitter feed right now, and there's nothing about a temporary senator being appointed, which, again, this is a problem. That seat is not filled at the moment. And I mentioned this earlier. We still do not know when they are going to vote for Brett Kavanaugh's approval to the United States Supreme Court. Okay. Arizona Senator replacements. Let me see if anybody figured it out. Okay, so we have found an article from Vox. Okay, the governor, Doug Ducey, has remained silent. By state law, he must have somebody of the same party as former Senator McCain, meaning there will definitely be a Republican to fill that seat.
Oh, we need to do the other one. Okay,
All right.
let me get you a thing. Can you turn
Now, if
turn
John
off the fan?
McCain had passed on before May 30th of this year, his Senate seat would have been on the ballot in Arizona. His junior colleague, Republican Senator Jeff Flake, has already announced he is retiring, meaning both of Arizona's seats are up for grabs. We're going to be up for grabs. Okay, Ducey can pick the replacement. There is nothing in the state's constitution that allows for a special election after that date. Okay. Ducey would have to pick a replacement until... Okay, so here's the situation. I did not realize this. So here's the situation. There would be 2 elections for that seat. So whoever is serving now, whoever Doug Ducey does appoint, that means he or she affiliated with the Republicans will be serving on that seat until 2020. All right, I'll take it out. Thank you. Okay, so here's what we got. We have 4 temporary names. Cindy McCain, I don't think so. Kirk Adams, Doofy's chief of staff. Barbara Barrett. Well, here's the thing. You know, the vote's very important because the extra vote wouldn't really tie in, because if you remember when Betsy DeVoe was being voted in to be approved, Mike Pence had to break the tie. So maybe in a 50-50 split, maybe the senator who represents Arizona, we wouldn't know for sure. All right. Trying to get you more information.
Family and friends.
That's not really appropriate right now. Right here. All right, so I can't really get you any more information other than the fact that Doug Ducey is silent and he's not going to name somebody to the Senate. So we would have to figure it out eventually who would fill the seat, but right now we just don't have a name. Okay, so we are trying to get any information about a funeral. Let's figure it out. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to read the CNN article because it might be important. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have 3 possible sites where the funeral could be. Arizona National Cathedral in Washington, in Annapolis. So President Trump will not be invited, obviously because of the bad blood. All right, so no word when the funeral will be. Let me see what this is about so I can get any information. All right, so here we go. The New York Times is reporting that McCain will lie in both the Capitol Rotunda in D.C. and in the Arizona Capitol before being buried in Annapolis. Can't figure it out at the moment. All right, so I can't really give you any more information tonight, other than the fact that, as you are looking at the title, if you're just joining me, the Arizona Senator John McCain has passed on at the age of 81. This broke earlier tonight, 8:30 Eastern. I was at a friend's house in Franklin Square, and a friend of mine was on her phone telling me that it was true. We didn't see anything on Wikipedia, and then I said, hey, I'll check Twitter, and then Twitter's blowing up, and then I put Fox News on, and that's how I found out about this sad news tonight. So, honestly, not a good night for America as a whole. And once again, we lost somebody who was in the military. So to be respectful to the McCains, you have to put that into consideration. And once again, the McCain family, I'm just going to say this now. Please respect their privacy if you're going to be insulting to them or say anything rude about him, because this is just not the time for this right now. And all I'm just going to say is that no matter what, he lived an interesting life. You know, we'll never see a man's life like that ever again, in my opinion. Maybe not once, maybe not twice, but John McCain needs to be remembered as somebody who served our country for a long time in the military and in politics. And we need to be respectful to the family. And if anybody has said any bad things about John McCain, all I'm just going to say is that where does he end up? People keep telling. I have one friend told me, well, even though he didn't vote against Obamacare, he might end up in hell. Well, I don't want to know where he ends up, because honestly, you don't want to wish anybody bad. And I guess the guy upstairs has to make that decision, I guess. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say on that. And we have to respect that decision. So, that's where I'm going to end it tonight. It's late. It's like a half hour before 1 a.m. I want to get to bed. And tomorrow I was going to do another update here in New York, because we're going to experience some hot weather coming up next couple days. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. Andy Plays, I'll make the announcement now, we'll be up at 3 o'clock later this morning. So if you want to stay up and watch this week's Andy Plays episode, you can do that, because I have to tape next week's episode. I don't know. I'm thinking I may tape the episode tomorrow night, because I'll have more time to do it, hopefully, for next week's episode. So have a good night, everyone. Once again, please respect the privacy of the McCains right now. They need their time to mourn, and especially other politicians. They need their time to mourn as well, so please respect their privacy. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, and I will see you all for the pre-tape video later at 3 a.m. for this week's Andy Plays, and hopefully when I wake up tomorrow, I will do a weather update regarding Lane, and also give you an update on the hot weather coming to the New York area starting on Monday. So that's it. Have a good night. Until the next one, take care.